the Crest Ridge Sanitarium. For the last 2 weeks, he has been visualizing his first day, looking forward to it with eager anticipation. But there's a terror behind those cold institutional walls that nothing in his education has prepared him for.
Dr. Craig?
Yes.
Rebecca Robb. Everyone calls me Becky. I'm the catch-all head nurse, good cop, bad cop, advisor on policy, and tracker down of missing paychecks. Glad to have you aboard.
Thank you. Glad to be here. This place has got a fine reputation. I only hope I can live up to it.
I'll get you the files on your clients. You'll be taking over Dr. Parnett's group, about 6 or 7 people. I think you'll find them all quite fascinating.
Thank you, Becky. Becky, can I see you a second?
Sure.
What can you tell me about this patient? Name of Sharon Miles. It says here she committed herself.
That's correct. Although Dr. Parnett thought there might also have been some family pressure to check in.
It also says she refused to leave the house, was constantly rearranging furniture in strange ways, and refused to sleep anywhere but in a plain white room.
Still does. Since she's been here, she's repainted her room, I guess about half a dozen times by now. Anytime there's a spot or a crack. Dr. Parnett said to let her do it. It might be good therapy for her. She dresses only in solid colors and refuses to leave her room except for meals and counseling sessions. And then only with difficulty.
I've never heard of anything like this before. What's her attitude?
Frightened. Doctor, in my 10 years as a nurse, I've never seen anyone so completely, utterly terrified.
Of what?
I don't know. Even Dr. Parnett couldn't find out that one. Good night, Doctor.
Hi. I know it's a little bit after office hours, but I thought I'd pop by and say hello, if you don't mind. Yours? Nice work. I'm afraid arts and crafts are pretty much beyond me. I tried to make a bookcase once, ended up as a napkin holder. Nice room. Spartan, but very nice.
Thank you.
I've been going over the caseload, and yours is very interesting. I noticed that you graduated to therapy on a voluntary basis.
Dr. Parnett decided not to push matters. If there was something I wanted to talk about, I'd talk about it.
But you haven't. You haven't been to therapy in nearly 2 months. You know, I'm sure if you were to try again, I could arrange for a field trip.
No. I don't think that would be a good idea. Not yet. When I'm ready, maybe.
All right. But if you should ever feel like talking, I think you know where to find me. Good evening.
Ah, good. There you are. I've been looking all over for you. Before everyone went home for the night, I wanted to introduce you to the rest of the staff.
Fine. That'll be all right.
Get it away from me! Get it away from me! Get it away from me! I told her we don't have any other heavy blankets. It's getting colder and she's... I don't care! Get it away! I don't want patterns!
Look, just go and get 2 or 3 light ones. That should be all right, don't you think?
As long as they're plain. One color, no patterns.
No patterns. I promise.
Guess I didn't make a very good impression last night. I want to thank you for what you did. Staff gets a little impatient with me at times.
All forgotten.
Thank you.
But it would help me tremendously in the future if I understood why you were so concerned.
Hey, Doc. Haven't you heard? Nobody in here but us loonies. We don't have to have reasons for what we do.
I disagree. And for what it's worth, I don't think you are a loony. Scared, yes. And I'd like to try and help. Talk to you for a while.
All right. If you just move that for the time being. After I finished college, I met Jeff. And we got married about a year later. And we had a boy, Bobby. He's 7 years old now. And I don't hate my mother or my father, and I never wanted to sleep with my brother. And I wasn't frightened by a checkered sheet when I was a little girl.
But you were frightened last night. I saw you. You were terrified by that blanket.
No, not the blanket. The patterns.
Why? Don't you want to leave this place? I can't imagine you'd want to stay. Then why don't you tell me?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
You ever look closely at patterns, Doctor? I mean the kind of patterns you find in wallpaper. Cracks in the ceiling. Linoleum floors.
I suppose so, yes.
You ever see faces in those patterns? And the way that the cracks and colors come together so that if you look at it, just so, you could swear you see a face.
Of course. We had a linoleum floor when I was a kid. I spent hours looking at the patterns, trying to make faces out of them. See, that's the way the brain works. It tries to find order in chaos. Given the chance, the mind plays a game of connect the dots with whatever it happens to be looking at the time.
Yes, but did you ever wonder why you see faces? Not animals or plants or buildings, but faces.
No, actually, until you mentioned it, it hadn't occurred to me.
It didn't occur to me either. At least not at first. It was Sunday, and I was looking up at the wallpaper. It was covered in abstract patterns, you know the kind. And I was looking up at the wallpaper, looking into the patterns. I saw a face in it. A doctor. I swear it looked back at me. Right at me. I caught it off guard, I guess, because I got the most terrible, horrible feeling that it knew that I saw it. Then I looked away. And it was gone.
Perhaps you only thought the face was looking at you.
No. No! You know when you're crossing the street and you make eye contact with the driver the way everybody tells you to, and even though you can't see them clearly, you can feel when you've met their eyes. You know they're looking at you. Well, this face was looking at me, just like that. And why did it suddenly disappear?
You said yourself that you looked away. At that moment, your mind rearranged the dots into a different pattern, one without a face.
No, there was something there, Doctor. I saw it and it saw me. It's trying